Hey Ignite Youth, it's Debs here, and I just want to say a huge hello and that we are seriously missing you guys, and we are really missing youth, as I'm sure you all are. Yeah, didn't Tim share just an awesome word last week? It was super encouraging, and I was super amped when I heard that track in the background. It took me back. But yeah, we can't wait to have youth with you guys again. We can't wait to dance and play games, and as soon as youth opens, we're definitely gonna do something great to celebrate seeing everybody and being back again. And Tim's just asked me to share an encouraging word with you guys. So yeah, here I am doing just that. It's weird doing this to a camera, but yeah, I hope you guys get something great out of it. And so as I was preparing for it on Monday, actually I was in the morning, I'd seen on Instagram some things about Freedom Day, and I'd even forgotten that it was Freedom Day. And yeah, it just reminded me how great it is that we can experience freedom in our country the way it is today, because of somebody else's sacrifices. And so in thinking about that, I just thought, well, you know, the lessons we could learn from a great leader like Nelson Mandela. There's so many lessons we can learn from the great leaders in the Bible. And my short message today comes from somebody. His name was David. I'm sure you know his story. But I just want to share a very encouraging word from David's life. And so, back in the day when King Saul was the king of Israel, he was very jealous of David. And it was because David was very popular. He just killed Goliath because God was on his side, and it was a huge miracle the way it happened. I'm sure you guys all know the story. But my message isn't going around David and Goliath. It's going around David when he was running for his life because King Saul had sent men to kill him. He was super jealous of him. He was threatened by David, and he basically didn't want to have David's name anywhere heard around him. You know, he was super jealous. He was very threatened. And so David had it really tough. I mean, he was fearing for his life, you know. I think we've all been in some tough situations, and situations that we can't control, and situations that we haven't brought upon ourselves. The current COVID-19 situation is something that none of us deserved, and none of us did anything to bring it upon ourselves, but we're all suffering from it. And I think in a slightly similar way, David, you know, he was running for his life from Saul, and he was very scared, you know. I don't think we can really understand how scared he was. I don't think any of us have really had to run for our lives in that sort of a situation. And yeah, he was really, really, really scared. And in Psalm 7 verses 1, we read where David pours out his heart to God, and he says, God, I'm running to you for dear life. The chase is wild. If they catch me, I am finished. I'll be ripped to shreds by my enemies. They're fierce as lions, dragged into the forests and left unremembered. And he's just really scared here. We can see him being very vulnerable with God, pouring out his heart to God. You know, he has nowhere else to go. And he's really relying on God to answer him here. I think he's really, really relying on God to come through for him, you know. I think he's at his end. And I think we've all been in a similar situation where we really rely on God to answer us. We really need God to hear us. But we know this isn't where David's story ends. And God not only comforts David, but delivers Saul right into his hands. He answers him and performs an incredible miracle. God was with him through it all. The same man, David, later writes again in Psalm 9 verses 12. I'm thanking you, God, from a full heart. I'm writing the book on your wonders. I am whistling, laughing, and jumping for joy. I am singing your song, O God. And reading this part of Psalms where David is again pouring out his heart to God, but in a very different way. He's excited, he's happy, he's joyful again, he's not afraid. You know, this is the same man who was earlier pouring out his heart to God and saying, God, I'm running to you for dear life. He really needed God. He was so afraid. It's the same man who's writing here, I'm writing the book on your wonders. And looking at David's journey, I think I can't read the whole of Psalms to you guys this morning, but if you guys go and read through Psalms, you'll see David's journey through his ups and downs. But the most amazing thing is that David's journey here ends in him whistling, singing, laughing, and jumping for joy. What I want to really encourage you guys is that our journey through difficulties needs to end like this. It needs to end like this every single time. Not just a few times. Not just that one time when the difficulty wasn't so bad and we kind of came out of it okay. You know, when we go through the worst of the worst, I think that's when we really need our journey through difficulty to end like this, where we're saying to God, you know, I'm writing the book on your wonders. I'm singing and jumping and laughing for joy. The thing is, whether we deserve to be in our place of struggle or not, we need to pour out our hearts to God like David did. And he didn't just do it once. Go and read through Psalms. Read through David's journey with God. He poured out his heart all the time, in the good times and in the bad times. And we need to do just that. We need to tell God everything, all the time. You guys, I really want to challenge you to pour out your hearts to your Heavenly Father the way David did. Let God journey the tough times with you. He's already proven that He's there with us and for us all the time. We really need God to be with us. But the thing is, we have to let Him. We have to be vulnerable. We have to get to that place where we are giving God every single thing, every part of us, you know, where we're pouring out our hearts to God and really relying on Him to answer us. And not just relying on Him, but trusting that He will. You know, we need to journey with God through every part of our life. Through the tough times like now, and through the good times. See how it turned out for David. God's not going to fail you. I want to give you guys a challenge. And I know how you guys like challenges. I've seen your TikTok dance challenges. You know who you are. But I've also seen how seriously we all take these social media challenges. And I'm asking you to take this one seriously as well. Really start walking with God. Talking to God and pouring out your hearts to God. Do it because you really, really need to. You and I really need to walk with God through everything. Journey with God, you guys. You won't be disappointed. I can promise you that. And in closing, I just want to remind you guys again also how much Pastor Tim and I love you guys. And if you ever need to talk, if you're ever struggling with anything, we're here for you guys. And again, I just want to encourage you to take up this challenge. You know, start journaling, start talking to God as much as you can. I really hope that you'll see the change in your lives as you do it. And I just want to say God bless. We love you guys. We're here for you. We're praying for you all the time. And have an amazing, amazing week end, because that's what it is, even though you guys are working. And all the best with everything. Goodbye.